Hi, welcome back. So finally we received our power supply. So this is the power supply, we got it. It's not a new one, but it's refurbished, recertified. So I think it will do the same function or same purpose what the new power supply does. But as for cost saving or cost effectiveness, I thought it would be I'd rather go with the refurb. So now since I got it, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put it back, and I will see if my Power Mac G5 will boot up and it will works. And let me show you how we're going to put it back again. So I'm going to open up my cover, and basically I left as it was before once we removed it, and I knew that I was expecting it tomorrow, so I'm going to put that one back. So the same thing what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna quickly wrap up, then I'm gonna be doing it again. This is the connector. Let me zoom in. This connector gonna go in here, which is the startup. I think you can see it under my finger. That's the start button, and then it goes on this connector. So I'm going to put that one in once I put the power supply. The reason I took it out because it hits over here. Then we're going to plug the connector to the power supply. We're gonna put the main 24 pin here. Then we're gonna use another connector, which I don't know if we can zoom in and you can see it clear. Yes, you can see it now. So it's gonna come down here, and once I have the power supply, it will be the same scenario the way we did it. They took it out, put the screws in front, back, and the power gonna go on the back, the cord. So let me put that one and I can show it to you. So we're gonna, as you see this the wiring over there, I plugged it in there, and now basically I'm gonna slide this one in. But when you do slide in, you have to make sure underneath there are the wire getting stuck right in there, so you have to just watch out. It goes on the side because that goes underneath the fan. So if you see, as it goes real smoothly in, see if you're looking at here, now we have to do this, that make sure that the back connector, which is the power plug, we're gonna push it back so it's gonna snap in, it's gonna fit right there. So once it's there, before I put these connectors on, I'm gonna make sure that my plate put it back. But before I do that, it's important that let me turn this thing around so we can use the two screws on the back, so then it can hold in place. While I'm turning, I'm just doing a videoing myself, and so it's kind of getting harder just for me to show it to you. So these are the 4 screws which we initially took out. 1, 2, 1 on this side, 3 and 4. That holds the power supply in place. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put right now only 2 screws. Then once I'm gonna through showing you guys, then I can go back and I can tighten all the remaining 2s. So at this moment, my objective is to make it sure that it's hold in one place. So as you see, I'm showing to you, videoing it, and also putting the screws together. So let me make sure that it's straight. Okay, good. Okay, I think 2 is good enough right now at the moment. So it's gonna hold the power supply in place. Let me turn it again on the sideways. Before again, I won't plug these in until I put my plate back. This was the plate initially we took it out. So I'm gonna put these plates, and that plate, it's not that something you can put it in both sides. It won't fit on both sides because it goes only one way, because it has the cutouts. So when you're doing it, and it will plug in only on one side. So let me do it real quick. How it's gonna go. So see, when you're working with one hand, it gets really tough. Otherwise, it's so easy to put it in, because you just slide it in, you know. So you have to make sure the connector goes underneath into that groove on the side, and then this plate is going to get mounted like this. You're gonna go underneath. So once this plate is underneath, we have to make sure that it's aligned properly. Now I have to make sure that the holes, there are 2 screws going to go there. If you can, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, it's right there. So that's the screw. One gonna go here, and one going to go on this side of plate. So let me put these screws in. I'm gonna pause it because it's hard to work like that. So these screws are already, you just have to do hand tight a little bit. You don't have to force it to apply. Now we can put these connectors back in, and they will go in one way only. The same thing on these. Okay, and now this is the cable is gonna go in here. Let me zoom in. Let me bring the light in. If we can pull it more better. I think you will see it. Okay, I think we can see it better. So once this one gonna go, it will go in one way, because this has right there notch, which goes into that the hole on one side. Let me see if we can pull that in. It's right here, and the other one is on this side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna push it. While I'm looking through the camera, it's kind of harder. Okay, see, now it's gone there. And let me show you on this guy. If you look at that, see, there's a small tab that's gonna go into this side. So it's not that connector you can put it reverse, because it won't fit into the other side when we're going to do it. So now that one is set. That one is set. That's for our power button. Now this is the main task is done. The power supply has been replaced, and now I'm gonna go back, put it my fan. So I have all the stuff as is left the way we took it out. So I'm gonna pull this. So bear with me. I don't have the cameraman with me today, so I'm just was about to fix this one, and I thought, why don't I share with you guys as well. So again, on these fans, the way I showed to you, let me put this one up here. These 2 tabs right here, that goes into these 2 holes, the sliders. And the good thing is to do like a house cleaning once you open it, because normal in life we don't open these. When you open, there is a lot of dust and hairs stuck or something. You can pull those out or brush them off. And same now the 2 tabs on the top. So once we do this, goes on the bottom. If you slide this one in, push in, you can push in, but it's better you press with your thumb, then it goes in. And if you see those 2, if look at here, they are fit together. So this is perfectly fit as is. This is the wire in there. That's the cable gonna go. Let me pull my other light on the side so we can see what I was trying to do. Okay, so I think we can see it. Let me put the light on. Okay, so this cable, we're gonna route it like underneath, because it's gonna be graphic cord gonna come here. And this is gonna go right at the corner. Again, you cannot put this one on the other side. This one has the 2 small tabs. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that in like that. It locks in. You better put the wire inside because you don't want the wire to be hanging outside. It's just like a more dressing of it. Here is the graphic card. I put it here, so I can put it graphic card right now. Just be careful when you are touching it. Don't press too hard on the capacitors or anything. So once you're there, just press it down. It will lock here. So the graphic card is locked. Now I'm gonna put the small screw. Once I'm gonna put my camera down, I'll pause it, then I'll put the screw in. Now the important thing to work on this is what I pulled it out. You can these won't go, you can put it on either side of the board. These are the CPU G5s, but I rather put it the same way, the way I took it out. So the best thing to do that you keep it on the side, and you know that you're gonna be using those. And also the one I showed you the time we were doing it. These two, one to remove it when we're going to remove the power supply. So don't forget that you need to put those back, because once we're gonna put these back, this is gonna hold into place the G5, the CPU. So this is like a hand tight. So one goes on this side, one this side, because if we don't pull these out, then you probably remember that we couldn't move this power supply, because that was a big screw and that's in the way. So it's basically right now is a hand tight. And good thing about these screws I like about because this one has a base, the one we hold on the board, and the top is with the screw, the one we tightened. So let me pull these out just to show you. You don't have to pull these screws out all the way. You can leave these in. This is the like split thing. Once we're going to tighten it later on, and then it will pop open, split open, and the more it splits open like that, it makes a bigger gap that makes the CPU fit. One quick advice: these are the CPU contact. You don't want to touch anything, you put it anything, but just for precaution, I'm gonna blow it. Supposingly, if there is any dust or anything, any particles, on the airborne particles, they come in contact with that, then it's gonna cause a problem. So this one is really neat. You just drop in this thing. If you see that they are matching those bolts on there, automatically it's gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna look in the middle and looking good. Yeah, a perfect fit. So now I'm going to tighten these. One screw is I'm going to tighten that. One I'm going to tighten this one. One I'm going to tighten this one. Let me pull this light on the side. So if you can see, one on that side, one on this side. Let me pause it. I'm going to tighten and come back. So as you see, I already tightened this. I tightened this. Tighten on this side, and one screw on the back and one in the front. And now I'm going to grab my other one, and the same scenario, I'm going to put it back, align it. It's gonna, once it's aligned, it's gonna go in there and it's gonna drop in. It just drops in, and if you see, it's getting aligned. That's it. So once it's aligned, I'm gonna tighten this screw. I'm gonna tighten one inside, one on this side, then one going to be on this side. Let me bring the light on this side, because we're gonna need the light on this side. So then I'm going to be tightening that one showing right there. Let me tighten those and come back. Okay, so I tightened all the screws. They are looking pretty good. Now back to the plates. This is the plates. We're going to put one on this side and one on this side. It's really important that these plates are very easy. Has those tabs, they are easy to break. Let me quickly, if I can zoom in, right? You see these two small tiny tabs, they can break easy. So even taking it out, that was we use precaution, but putting in is a more precaution because see, once you slide, let me see. Okay, this is the hole I put it. So once you put it in, this side you can just put your nail, you press it a little bit more on the back, and then it will, you heard that snap, little snap. So now it's perfectly fit. Same thing on this one, gonna be doing it. So as we do that, now I'm gonna put my memories in there. I just laid out my memories all over here, but I would not advise that you do the same what I did. Keeping, let me put the light on this side. So once we're gonna make sure that the memory slots, you put it into, it depends how many memories you need, you know. But I have all these 512s, so it gives me, you know, 4 gig of RAM. So once you put it in, you just basically snap in. So the same thing I'm gonna do right now. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to use only 2 of each because I wanted to test it if it works or not. Because all the effort, you know, the work I put it, I wanted to see that my power supply, the one I got it, is good or not. So I'm gonna check that. Let me put this one. Okay, well, as you see, the memories are there. Now we need to put the fan. Let me pull this guy out. And again, you don't have to worry because this only goes on one way. That's the plug. The plug's gonna plug into this. So it's gonna, and the other thing is that cut out here, that's going to be this guy. So you have to slide it in. You just have to make sure that you don't force it. See, it goes in there and it's a press fit. Everything looking fine, looking very nice, decent. The only thing I need to put that my screw back in. So I'm going to put my screw back in. Once I put the screw back in, I'm gonna put this my white cover on top of it. Once I put my white cover on, and then I'm going to use my the cover lid, and let me put this on and hook up the wires and we'll see. Okay, everything I put it in, now I put it upside down, so now I'm going to do, I already put the screw in, so I'm gonna make sure that I use it, my connector DVI. I'm going to use my firewire cable, my mouse, and of course my power plug. And once I do this, I'm gonna slide in and I'm gonna use my mouse on the back keyboard. Actually, I should have put it, but I think I'm okay. I'm gonna use that. Then I'm going to use my, I don't know where did I left my mouse, but I'm gonna use this mouse anyway. So we need to start it up and we'll see how it works or not. So let me turn this thing on. As you see previously, when the power supply was dead, initially you thought power supply or can be a logic board, but it was a power supply. So this is the button, we press it, the white light comes on, and now let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to cross my finger. Let me see. Oh, you can see me crossing my finger. And I'm going to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, fire up. Whoa. Looks like, oh, that's the good part, that I hear it loud and clear. Let me see my screen, what it says. If my screen is coming in, I'm gonna let it as is. I think that light is causing a little glare, so I'm gonna turn that light off. Let me turn that light off. Okay, looks like it's coming. Good, so far good. That means it's a success. The power supply. Oh boy. It makes it much easier if you have a two-person. I could have done it like in 5 minutes while I'm talking and installing and putting in. But as I mentioned, I don't have a cameraman with me. Basically, my son, he does the videoing, and you know, they are doing their old stuff. And I said, you know, and this is work I need to finish up. Wow! So it works. So it's beautiful. So it looks like it's a success. My Power Mac PC, Power Mac G5 is working. I'm gonna shut down. I'm gonna see. Okay, so it was a power supply. So only thing I can say, let me you know, switch around if you guys can see it. Thank you for joining. Easy step. Computers repair and upgrade. I hope it's going to help someone out there how to replace power supply on G5, and you can watch my part 1, which is I have how to take the power supply out. So this will be part 2 to putting the power supply back. So thank you again for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know. If I can be helped, I would definitely help you guys out. Thank you. Bye.